Alright guys, welcome back to Ohio to a Patriot. Another gun for the 10 Guns in 10 Days challenge. But before I get to that, I also want to show you guys my buddy Bill, who has been great to a lot of gun channels over the years. Sent me a couple boxes of ammunition from Aim Surplus. So as you guys saw, some of you guys might have saw, I did a video on my Ruger Blackhawk and 357. And he sent me a box of Blazer 357 158 grain jacketed hollow points. Actually, I didn't even notice that till now. I didn't even look at them yet. These came yesterday, I think. Oh yeah, a nice hollow point on them. And he also sent me, this is a box of 50. He also sent a box of Magtech 38 Special. These are 58 grain as well. Full metal jacket flat. So these are a flat point. Let's take a look at those real quick. Yeah, just coated flat points, full metal jacket. We're going to probably do a video on these actually. I want to see how they do. Because I've never shot either one of these in that caliber 38, so, or 357 or 38. So, and like I said, it's from Aim Surplus. They sent a sticker with it. Like I said, those came yesterday. So yeah, Bill, thank you if you're watching. He's been great to a lot of channels. He sent me a lot of stuff over the years, a lot of ammo, a lot of other things too. And a lot of other people on the channels he's sent a lot of stuff to as well. So, today's video is something I did on my old channel. I think one or two times one time I definitely made a video on the gun itself, and I did many videos on ammo, testing different ammo. And this one was one of those deals where I really couldn't get much ammo, too many different ammos to shoot good out of this thing. So, this is the deal. So, with this one, this is a Mossberg 22 caliber. It's a single shot only, bolt action. The 320 KA. Alright. So this gun's been in my family since it was new. And from what I remember, and I was maybe not even born yet when this thing was bought. I think it was bought like in the late 60s. My stepdad's grandfather bought this thing new. I don't remember where he got it from. I don't even know if I even never knew. But at some point my stepdad ended up with it, and when him and my mom got married and whatnot, I was pretty young still. And when I became 10 years old back in the mid-80s, I got my hunting license, went through the safety classes, and this is what I used without the scope. I put this on later. Without the scope, just open sights. This is what I used to hunt with. Squirrels, rabbits, that kind of thing. Small game. Now, back in those days, we didn't have a lot of money, and my stepdad had two guns. He had this, and he had a single-shot 12-gauge H&R Topper model, I believe it was, in 12-gauge. So I used this. He used a single shot, and we hunted with that setup for a couple of years at least. And then my younger brother, he got his hunting license, and he started using this. I upgraded to the single shot, and my stepdad had picked up a Mossberg 500 12 gauge, which he used a lot actually. So, but we used to go. Me, my brothers, and my stepdad, we used to go to the grandfather that bought this new. He had a decent sized piece of land, and we used to go hunt there a lot. And we also had a little shooting range kind of set up in the one back corner. And we'd go pretty often and shoot cans with this thing. Just on a Saturday or Sunday, we'd go out there and shoot. And I always noticed even back then when I was 10, 12 years old, this thing wasn't bad. It didn't seem very accurate to me at the time. And later on, I remember at some point, we had messed with the sights a little bit, got to shoot decent. And then, it just kind of, over time, like him and my mom got divorced later, when I was like 17, 18 years old. And then he kind of moved out of state, and fast forward like 20 years later, he came here to visit a couple of years ago, probably 4 years ago, and he was talking about this rifle. which I hunted with back when this is the rifle I hunted with, grew up with, basically, hunting. And he had talked about this, and he had said, you know, next time I come up here, which, you know, he lives in South Carolina, I believe. He said, next time I come up, I'm going to bring that rifle up, and I'm going to give it to you. So he did the next summer, he came up for a visit. He gave me this, and he also gave me I think it's an Ivor Johnson, it's a police revolver that the same great grandfather had. It's a 38 Smith & Wesson, which he also got back in, I think, the early 90s. He got that. My stepdad got it from him, from his grandfather. I'm not sure when his grandfather picked it up. I don't know. I think he got it from a friend of his or something like that. It was years prior to that. So anyway, I picked this scope up later after I got this. I mean, this is actually from around the same year this rifle was probably bought. This is the late 60s. This is a Texan Mark IV. It's a 4-power scope, and it's actually pretty nice. And actually, I actually bought this at a secondhand store near where we go camping in Andover, Ohio, which is right by the state line by Pennsylvania, by Pymatuning Reservoir. There's a little secondhand shop in town. We stopped in there one day just to look around, and I saw this sitting on a table with some other outdoor type stuff, and this scope was, I think, $9. I bought it immediately. I already had these clamp on. They're see-through rings, so you can still use the open sights. And they went on the dovetail here perfectly. This scope, if I looked it up online, and I think there was 2 different ones. There was one that was a 4-power, which is this one, and there was one that I think was a little bit more magnification that was worth a little more money. I want to say this scope, when I looked it up on eBay or some other site, this scope was worth like over $100, and I couldn't believe it. I mean, it's actually a really nice scope. It's really clear. I can't see anything out of it now because it's dark out and everything, but it's actually a pretty nice little scope for what it is. And it's older, like I said. But it fits this rifle really well. It's got this long tube here, so it works well for the forward mounting on the dovetail. It seems to fit this rifle perfectly. It did make it shoot a little more accurately, and I have not shot a ton of rounds through it after I mounted this. In fact, if you look, I don't know if you can see it, but it's actually really still kind of dusty. I did wipe it off. This thing's been hanging on the wall in my family room for probably the last couple of years. But yeah, it's just a solid little rifle. It shoots decent with this scope on it and certain kinds of ammo. I forget which ones it likes now. But it's just a single shot, one at a time deal, no magazine. It always works fine as far as it putting the round in, taking the round, the shell out, whatever. The ejection works great. It's just not super accurate for most rounds. There might be some stuff it shoots well. I just honestly can't remember when I did the videos and all those videos are gone now because that was all on my other channel. So, but I don't remember what this thing really liked. But yeah, it's a micro groove. I think it's a micro groove barrel. It says somewhere on here. I remember seeing. Yeah, it's a acro groove is what it says. AC-KRO-GRUV. So it's acro groove is what it is. Like I said, it's a Mossberg 320 KA. So, but yeah, I remember I did do one video on this with this thing with open sights, and I had 2 cans of shaving cream, and I did this on a challenge, I think, or something. It was on my range in the back, the 210-yard range, and I had 2 cans of shaving cream at 100 yards. And I shot somehow, and Boomstick will remember this, I think, because he did the same thing, but I think his son-in-law Josh did it. 2 shots consecutively, resting on my arms on a table like this. I shot 2 shaving cream cans at 100 yards with 2 shots with this thing. I was amazed that it even hit him. But I hit him 2 times with 2 shots. I couldn't believe I did that with shaving cream cans at 100 yards. And I could not get this thing to shoot like that after that ever. I tried to shoot an egg or 2, I think I did. I couldn't hit it for nothing. I shot probably 20 shots, couldn't hit it. But for whatever reason, that one day with this gun, with those 2 rounds, it hit 2 shaving cream cans at 100 yards in 2 shots. Could not believe it. Boomstick will probably remember that, and some of the other guys might too. But I know Boomstick will because I remember Josh did that same thing and the egg too, which he actually hit the egg. I didn't hit the egg. But anyway, that's the video for today. I actually almost forgot to do this video today again. Yesterday's video, so if you guys might have noticed, I was 2 days without a video. The first day, I totally forgot to do one. The next day, I did that video that came out yesterday, but when I posted it, somehow it ended up coming out as private, and I didn't know that till the next morning. I looked it up, and I was like, I didn't even have any views. And I'm like, what's going on? I looked, and it came up as private. And YouTube's been kind of messing with me like that. They've been doing that stuff to my videos, so I've been making sure I check that when I upload a video. But that's why that last video was 2 days late. So just so you guys know. So I'll make sure when I put this one up, I'll check it before I post it. So, anyways, actually, I wanted to say too, the trigger on this thing actually is really, really nice. It's actually a really light trigger for what it is, and the safety's on. And I probably shouldn't dry fire it, but yeah, it's actually a very short, nice trigger on it for what it is. This is probably the low price gun that Mossberg made back in the day, being as how it's a single shot with no magazine or anything. But yeah, it's for what it is. It's got a lot of sentimental value. It's been in my family pretty much since it's new, and I grew up shooting it and hunting with it. So, I mean, I don't know how many cold ass days I spent holding this thing or whatever. So that's the video for today. Give me a thumbs up. If you have not subscribed yet, do that, because it helps the channel when you give me a thumbs up. It definitely helps when you subscribe and comment. I answer all the comments. This channel I don't monitor as much as my main channel, Treetop Garage. But I do, here lately, I have been checking both on a daily basis. So if you comment, I'll get to it as soon as I see it, probably, or that day. I'm usually pretty busy during the day, so sometimes I might wait till later in the afternoon or in the evening even. But definitely leave a comment. And we'll see you on the next video. Hopefully I don't forget tomorrow. I do have some stuff going on, but it should be easy to make a video tomorrow. I'll remember, I'm sure. So now that I did this one now, maybe we'll do another one tomorrow. So give me a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next video. Thanks for watching, guys.